September is over. Are we gonna see an Uptober, or is it gonna be an Octobear, where we're gonna have some bearish movement? Hey and welcome to today's video. My name is Julian. On my channel, it's all about making you crypto fit. I discuss the beautiful world of decentralization, blockchain, cryptocurrencies, much more. I try to put different views on all these topics. Obviously, on the one hand, as the CEO of the Cake Group, obviously as an entrepreneur, business owner, very different views as a personal investor. Sometimes you want to take a risk off the table, on the table. And then obviously from a regulator side as well. I work with a lot of governments and regulators. And so different spins to all these various topics. Now, September is over. A lot of people expected September to be bearish. And I want to be very fair. That included me. I was way more bearish on September. At the end, it turned out that, the candle was slightly green, which was actually the exception. Most of September's are red historically in crypto. Now, why was it relatively bullish? Difficult to kind of say. I think probably two reasons. First, despite the Bitcoin spot ETF getting delayed, there is very strong consensus right now that we may see the Bitcoin spot ETF in January. So a lot of people sitting there saying, look, this was kind of the plan in the first place anyways. Everyone had expected it to happen next year. Who cares if it comes right now or in Q1? I'm not going to sell because of that. So I think that was the first reason. The second reason is what's happening today. Ethereum futures are starting. Ethereum futures ETF are starting today. So that should drive some positive sentiment. Yes, I know that historically this always led to a sell-off, but I don't really see this in this case because we didn't really see much of a run-up, right? So yeah, I don't think we're gonna see a 50% pump here and then a 50% dump, or in this case like a 33% dump to kind of equalize it. But I think we're just gonna see some positive sentiment, and I think that's the key thing. We have to be clear with if we think that something is bullish or bearish in this kind of market. And then obviously, Saylor bought $150 million worth of Bitcoin in September. We don't know exactly the time span, but kind of in September. And so, yeah, I think that was a very strong kind of support. Now, this is very contrary to the stock market. The stock market got slaughtered in September and was actually the worst month of the entire year. And this is something that I've been talking about on the channel for so long, that you have to be careful with stocks, especially after this really strong first half in the year. So this is just something that to kind of keep in mind, and this is just something to really watch out for. So no surprises there. To me, the surprise was more on that we actually had a very constructive September in crypto, less so that the rest of the market was more on the bearish side. I think surprising also to see how strong oil stocks are doing. I mean, oil is, well, pumping. So yeah, on the one hand, no surprise. And then on the other hand, going up. So that's kind of September. And that generally weak Q3, which in general, like this has nothing to do with crypto, this is the general markets, generally weak third quarter is over. So summer break is over, and so now we're going into this fourth quarter. Generally for stocks and for crypto, it's one of the best quarters. October generally does really well there. Now granted, October also has those really crazy crashes. A lot of the crises always started in October. A lot of people say this is because everyone is back after summer. No one wants the crisis to happen in summer. Comes back, and then this chaos kind of unfolds. So, but yeah, historically, October is an Uptober, not an Octobear. But the question always is why, right? Obviously, positive sentiment coming back from summer. People wanting to trade again. People want to make money. People want to make positive returns for the end of the year. I think a lot of these things make a lot of sense. Then I think if we kind of look in stocks, right? I think stocks simply are going to have probably a positive Q4 to a certain extent, just because Q3 was so bad. There's a reversion to the mean. Now, maybe that negative sentiment continues. We see, it's going to be interesting to see earnings, right? Obviously, generally they start in the second half of October and go all the way through November. Now it's going to be relevant and interesting because on the 1st of November, we're going to have the Fed meeting, and that thing is gonna tell us a bit on, well, what the Fed thinks. I don't think we're going to see an interest rate hike. And again, the market could interpret this as bullish because interest rates are going to stay where they are. Could also be that the market interprets it as bearish because the Fed doesn't want to raise further. But from everything I see right now, I would be surprised if we see another hike. So I actually think the Fed is done at the moment. I don't foresee much like activity there going forward. So yeah, I think that is a real key kind of thing in that. What else do we have? Well, obviously Ethereum futures starting today, Monday. Then the entire hopium around what's possible with the Bitcoin spot ETF. We're gonna continue the drama around Binance for sure. I would be surprised if this stops. Digital currency group, that drama continues. It always comes in waves. But at the end, right? Don't think that the past predicts the future. So don't just go and say, oh, October was bullish in the past, so we're gonna get an Uptober again. This makes no sense, right? Past returns don't guarantee future returns. So it always has to do with why did people make buying decisions, and at the end the buying pressure outnumbered the selling pressure, and that at the end caused the price to go up so that the buying and selling pressure equalizes again. That's always where the price kind of finds itself, because at that point is where it equalizes. And so how do I see this? Well, I also belong to that group who sees a bit of a bullish quarter, bullish October. Now, I want to be careful. This doesn't mean that I'm expecting 20-30% pumps, not in this kind of market. But I think as long as the month is green and not red, I think we should be super happy. If we can kind of run home with those returns, I think this would be really good. I think on Bitcoin, most of the focus is rather going to be on the hopium for the spot ETF in January. I think on Ethereum, two things. We're going to see the futures ETF, and then we should see Cancun dank sharding November-ish. On the DeFi chain side, we're going to see Meta chain launch. That's going to cause massive drive. So yeah, I think in general, and obviously I think the entire market then really kind of goes with that. So it's going to be quite interesting. I'm bullish. If you are dollar cost averaging, I think that's the right move. If not, check out bake.io, dollar cost average into your favorite coins. We're constantly going to be adding more and more to that, so you should be able to have more and more options, also some creative kind of bundling options. That's going to be quite interesting and exciting. So yeah, let me know in the comments, what do you think? Do you think we're going to see an Octobear, or do you think we're going to see an Uptober? What are your course of actions right now, or course of actions? And yeah, if you haven't done so, click the subscribe button, click the like button, and let me know if there's anything else in Q4 that you think I missed out that could affect the markets. With this, stay safe, stay healthy, happy Monday, have a great week. Talk to you later. Thanks so much. Yours truly, Julian. Bye-bye.